Hey, guess what? Everything published by Acclaim wasn't trash. Want proof? Watch this. How you doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal. Now, just a little disclaimer. This video is about a game published by Acclaim. Well, the Nes port was published by Acclaim. And I know what you're gonna say. Acclaim and LJN are terrible. We always heard blah 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 blah. Whatever, man. Everything Acclaim and LJN published wasn't trash. This is a great example of that. In 1990, Midway produced an arcade title called Trog. Trog is a fantastic little arcade game, fantastic little multiplayer game. And Trog got ported to the NES by none other than Acclaim. Now, the game was released on the NES a little bit later in the year, and honestly, it came out as well as you can expect a port of a game like Trog to come out. Because Trog, the graphics were simplistic, but not really. Everything had a bit of a claymation look to it as far as the character sprites. And I mean, you can't really recreate that on the NES. Now, if it was Super NES, maybe, because clay fighters. But the gameplay in Trog, which is the most important thing. We talk about graphics all the time, but, you know, gameplay is most important. The gameplay in Trog was real cool, but very redundant in a way because it gave us Pac-Man vibes. It was basically a Pac-Man clone with a couple of little twists in it. You play as these little dinosaurs. In the arcade, it was up to 4 players. They were Styracosauruses, or they had the heads of Styracosauruses and the bodies of Tyrannosauruses. Styracosauruses, if you don't know, they look a bit like a Triceratops. Yeah, that's why I thought it was a Triceratops when I was a kid. But anyway, you play as one of 4 little dinosaurs, and the object of the game is to collect all the objects on the playfield while avoiding cavemen. Because if a caveman catches you, boots you on the head, and eats you on screen, just pulls out a knife and fork and blah, 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 blah. Unless you collect a pineapple. You collect a pineapple, you turn into the predator. And it's essentially like the power pellet, like the big power pellet in Pac-Man. Collect the power pellet, all of the ghosts turn blue and run for their lives. The cavemen are a little too dumb to run for their lives. They kind of just still meander about. So if you catch one, you catch one. And you can, when you're not in Tyrannosaurus form, you can fight off the cavemen by punching them. Unless they have a club, then they're pretty much invulnerable unless you're a Tyrannosaurus. Trog is it followed up the other, honestly, best thing that Acclaim did in that era, which was the Nes Portal Smash TV. The Nes Portal Smash TV is noteworthy because it was a twin-stick arcade shooter that gave you control of, you control 2 characters. On the NES, in order to properly recreate the controls, you had to use 2 controllers. So 1 player, 2 controllers. You used the one directional pad to move, one directional pad to shoot. Trog, thankfully, doesn't have to do that. For a while, I thought it did, though. I don't know why it did. But Trog is easily one of the handful of really, really good games that Acclaim made. There was like Wizards of Warriors, Smash TV, Iron Sword, the second Wizards of Warriors game, and Trog. So, it's what it is, man. Acclaim made a lot of bad video games, but, you know, sometimes they got it right. Now, I found this copy of Trog quite recently for a reasonable price. It was under $20 for a copy. And it's a really good game. It's a good value for your money. It's not an incredibly common game, so to find it for that price is pretty remarkable. So I would say try to get a copy if you can. But, you know, all that aside, this has been the 8-Bit Animal. I gotta run. Make sure you're wearing your mask when you go out. It's a rough time, but take care of yourselves. This is the 8-Bit Animal, and I'll catch you beautiful people next time. Next time, are you sure you're getting all your leafy greens in?